Hi, welcome again to this video. We are talking about the Earth's surface and the Earth's atmosphere. But what is really this Earth's atmosphere? What is this atmosphere that we are talking about? Now, it is stratified into divisions. There are like 5 divisions, and we are looking at them in this video because we want to better understand the Earth and its elements. This is Earth's physical geography. The atmosphere is the layer of gases retained by the Earth's gravity that surrounds the planet. The layer of gases retained by the Earth's gravity that surrounds the planet. That is simply the definition of the Earth. Now, the Earth's atmosphere can be divided or is stratified into 5 main layers. The atmosphere that we are seeing is divided into 5 layers, as we are going to see here. And the layers include the first one, which is the troposphere, the second, which is the stratosphere, the third, which is the mesosphere, the fourth, which is the thermosphere, and the fifth, which is the exosphere, the outermost layer. Now, the first layer of the Earth's Earth's atmosphere is the troposphere. This one is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere and is where life exists. It is where I am now. We are in the troposphere. It's where the Earth is, where life exists, and the lowest layer of the atmosphere. The troposphere is bounded above by the tropopause. Above the troposphere is the tropopause. Now, the troposphere supports life. Now, the troposphere is bounded above by the tropopause, an area or boundary marked with temperature inversion. That's the layer of the relatively warm air above cold one. Now, in the stratosphere, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. There's that saying in geography, remember, or SST, social studies. The higher you go, the cooler it becomes. That is in the troposphere. Where the higher you go to mountain cliffs or where, it becomes more cooler. That is because it supports all life forms, the Earth. Now there is the tropopause, the tropopause above the Earth. When you leave the Earth, the next to the Earth, and we are saying the tropopause is between 0 to 12 kilometers or 0 to 7 miles. So to reach the tropopause, you move 12 kilometers from the Earth. Imagine you're moving 12 kilometers, and then if you move beyond 12 kilometers, you are in another one, going up. So the stratosphere, that is the second layer. We are talking about layers of the Earth's atmosphere. The first one, we have talked about the troposphere. The second one, we are talking about the troposphere is where life exists now, where we are living. This is the troposphere. Now the second one, and we are saying that it is between 0 to 12 kilometers. You move 0 or 12 kilometers. Now beyond that, you are now going to another layer. Now this layer you go to is called the stratosphere, which is the second lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It lies above the troposphere and is separated from it by the tropopause. The stratosphere lies above the tropopause and is separated from it by the the tropopause is the one that separates the troposphere and the stratosphere. This layer contains the ozone layer, which is a part of the Earth's atmosphere that contains relatively high concentration of that gas, of carbon, of gases. Now, in this stratosphere, there is the upper stratosphere and the denser stratosphere. Now, this area is where we find the ozone, the natural blanket that prevents sun's rays from hitting the troposphere, where life exists. This layer acts as a blanket. It reflects most of it away, such that the heat that reaches the Earth's surface is not really that detrimental. But these greenhouse gases, they say, no. The little that has come, it must stay. And they also play a part in destroying the ozone layer. So this is why the temperatures are too high and we are receiving prolonged drought periods in the world. So we are saying the layer extends from the top of the troposphere by 12 kilometers or 7.5 miles above the Earth's surface to the stratopause at an altitude of about 50 to 55 kilometers, which is about 31 to 34 miles. So now, if you move 50 kilometers from the Earth up, you are in two layers of the Earth. You are in the stratosphere. You have left the troposphere now. Beyond 12 kilometers, you have reached the stratosphere. That is it. Now here, in the stratosphere, now our theory of the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. It changes now. It changes. In the stratosphere, actually the downer part of the stratosphere, where the ozone is warmer. Is so warmer than is cooler than the upper one. Now the next one is the mesosphere. Now this is the highest layer. Now the upper part of the tropopause is so warm, and then the troposphere, the downer one, the up, if there's a line, the tropopause up of it is very warm because the ozone is there, and most of the reflections are there. There is too much heat. Now downwards is cold. That is the troposphere where we are living, despite these greenhouse gases that are trapping. Up is warmer, and the more you go up, so from there we go to the mesosphere. That is the third layer now. The troposphere, stratosphere, then the mesosphere is the third highest layer of the Earth's atmosphere, occupying the region above the stratosphere, and the thermosphere. The third. It is between the stratosphere and the thermosphere. That is the mesosphere. Now, what separates this region is the mesopause. Now, the mesopause separates the mesosphere from the stratosphere. The thermosphere, the second highest layer. is the second highest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It extends from the mesopause to the thermophore. And the fifth one, or the exosphere, is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It is the upper limit of the atmosphere and extends from the thermopause at the top of the thermosphere at an altitude of about 700 kilometers above sea level to about 10,000 kilometers or 6,200 miles to 33 million feet when it emerges into solar wind. So those are the layers of the Earth. We have the troposphere, we have the stratosphere, we have the mesosphere, thermosphere, and the exosphere. Thank you. We are coming with greenhouse effect, and then we'll finish with the effects of climate change in our next video. Please stay tuned to this and watch our next video. I thank you a lot.